Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video of LITCH10 BIGBRAIN. I have not done a video in a while, but today I do want to teach you guys how to use Blender. I'm going to start off with a couple of things. It's going to be a very easy tutorial to follow up with. I'm going to teach you guys about these. I'm going to teach you about the graph, this, and modeling, which is pretty difficult. And I'm going to teach you a bit about these. So let's start with the axes. So if you go on the side here, you can see that there's the X, Y, and Z. If you've never seen X, Y, and Z, so Y, you can click on them and it'll show you the side. To get out of there is by holding your middle mouse button and then just scrolling. That's how you move. Shift, scroll wheel. So hold the scroll wheel, shift, scroll wheel. That makes you move. So basically what I'm going to show you is the graph. So basically the graph, if I can go there. Okay, I don't know why. I put it so far. Alright, I guess I'm just going to have to go to it. Okay. So basically, so basically a graph for this, well, it does look like this. If you can see the top here, that we got the Z on the top, the X, and then the Y. So basically we're on this is our plane right here, and this is what's called a vector 3. A vector 3 is composed of three things: the X, the Y, and the Z. And that's a vector 3. We use vector 3 a lot in video games, creating them because, or 3D only, because they use this. A vector 2 would be the X and the Y. So it would look like that. So when we use our graphs and we look on the side, if you want to move stuff to the top, and this is going to be very useful for you. If you want to go to the top, you're going to use the Z. If you're going to go to the side and the right, you're going to use here, and then front, forward, you're going to use Y. So these are what X, Y, and Z is here, and it's going to be really helpful for you to learn. If you can see, we have the X right here, the Y right here, and then if you look up right here, it's going to be the Z, so it's going to show us on top. The graph here, there's negatives, so that means the bottom and the top. If you hover over it, so this was right here, so if I go to X, negative X is going to be the back. See, all the numbers are mixed up, and then when I click it again, that's going to be the Y, and it's going to be the same as last time. So just for any of the numbers, if you just re-click it, then you're going to be able to do that. Okay guys, when we're done with that, let's just click and delete our object by clicking, oh, I'm still on there, by clicking X and then deleting it. I'm not clicked on it. X and then delete. You can press X and enter. Does not really matter. So let's go back to our block right here. And this is exactly where we're going to start. So mine looks like that because I kind of pushed it out a bit. You can go back to the normal. I like it out because then you can see the words. You can have it like this, the words. Basically, I'm going to talk about what these are. To select things, it's just selecting. Click select. If you just go to the side, it's going to unclick it. That's basic things. You don't even need to have the select box. Cursor, that is going to be right in the middle here. So we use this kind of for coding and stuff, on modifiers and things like that. To move objects, of course, you got move right here, but I'm going to give you guys a quick pro tip as we talked about the X, Z, Y, and the X. If you say G, that's going to be able to grab it. You go Y, you'll be able to move it on the Y, the Z, up and down, X, forward and right. All right, perfect. We go to rotate. You can do this, Control Z to undo everything. Or you can press R for rotation, and that'll be able to rotate you on this angle. If you click it twice, you can rotate on any angle. but like we always did before, X, let me just get out of here, rotate it on the X, you can rotate it here, the Y, and then the Z. So that's basically how you do a rotation with that. Scale, click on your object, scale up and down, scale it inward, outward, doesn't really matter. Like I said, Control Z to make it normal, or to make your life easier, you will use this a lot. Press S, scale it upwards. It's not double click S, but you can go X, Y, and then Z. And basically that helps a lot. Transform is just for everything. We don't have a shortcut for transform. Not that I know of, but yeah, don't really have something, because it's literally for everything. It does make your life a little bit easier, but I've never actually used it. I heard it's really, really good, but measure objects. You can click and hold to measure things. So if you do 3D printing like me, I do use this a lot. So you just click and grab it and measure the thing. This is 1.9 meters in real life. It's really, really cool. I use that a lot. I've never ever used this, but I do know how to use it. It's add cube. Basically, you can just add sizes of cubes that you want, make it your life a little bit easier. This might be a good idea to use, but never really used it before. All right, now we'll talk about these on the side. This is viewport shading. So this is the viewport. This is where you don't see the inside of your object, just the sides. And I'll tell you exactly what these are, these lines. This is your normal view. This is your color view, so if you have color on it. Okay guys, and now we have the color mode and the viewport mode. So this is what you see when you render something, render image. You can't really see it because the camera isn't pointed at it. Of course, you can see the camera right here. It's not really pointed at anything. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. So just go back to coloring mode. The easiest way to do this is I use this actually a lot is by holding Z. You have all of the stuff. It's called shading tab, and we have the wireframe, the render, the material, and the solid. We always use solid, but I use this a lot. Now it's time to teach you guys about what these squares are. We can go back, we can go to modeling, click on modeling, or press tab. Anyway, I use tab because it's just a lot easier, but a lot of people don't. And then you have these things on the side here. I'm just gonna open it up. Number one, we have all the normal things. This is just for your object. I mean, you could do anything, scale it, whatever. Negotiate, this is just to draw, add a cube, whatever. Okay, now we can start getting to the normal things. Extrude. Now this is a big part of modeling. Inset, bevel, loop, knife, polybuild, spin, smooth, edge, side, sear. I'll teach you all of these with a tip. Basically, we have the top right here. Let me just see if I can go a little bit down. I can't. Okay. Basically, we have the vertex mode, as you can see right here, the edge mode, and the face select. The vertex mode right here is to click a vertex. What can you do with this? Go on the select, because I don't really want to do anything there. Press G, and you can see, oh wow, I can move it around. I can do just that one little button. This is to put these lines. So as we saw inside the wireframe, these are for these lines. If you click all of them, you can see the face is selected. And if you press G, you can move just that. Now for the face select. We go out of here, click only the face. Also guys, to click multiple of anything, just press shift and then do it. If you don't, it'll come out, but shift and anything, it'll click it, but we're just gonna use one. Now I'm gonna teach you guys how to extrude. So once you click this, you can extrude something. Press E, Y, Z, anywhere. So I'm just gonna extrude. Boom. Yeah, I could have done this with my scale. Obviously, I mean, I could just scale that, but I'll tell you exactly what this is good for. When we go into here, of course we can do this on any single side. I forgot to tell you guys, any single side, so I'm gonna put it up for the z-axis. So something that this really helps you with is, let's say I'm trying to go up. Sorry, up. All right, and it doesn't really look like much of a gun, but I want to rotate it, so I could rotate just that top part. I could scale that top part, which is right here, scale that down, and then you can extrude again, and look at that, it goes just the side of your face. And now if I want to curve it, we have something called a bevel, and of course you can do this, or you could use the shortcut, which is Control B, and there's your bevel. I think it might only be B. No, it's just Control B. Control B. Now if you use your scroll wheel right here, can't really do it on a face because the face doesn't really have much, but if you, let's say if you click one of these angles, press Control B, scroll wheel it, you can see it adds more to it. So that means if I just have a couple, that's just gonna make it blend. More, done more, and that just makes it more smooth. Look at that. And that's the bevel tool. It basically just smooths things out. Inset. If I click on a, let's do select, click on here, press I. You can see I'm going inside. Inset, going inside. This is probably going to be better if I do it on this side. So inset, press I. You'll see you can go inside, and then you can extrude it. That is a really big help. Also, instead of doing inset, you could also just do scale it, and that'll scale things out for you. Not as much as inset, but it does work. I do that all the time. Inset, really, if you make like a trash can. Let me add another cube, actually. Move it to the side. Let's grab a face. Let's say I want to extrude it, so I'm gonna scale. Let's say I want to make a bucket. I'm gonna scale it down. Oh, this is actually a really good little test. So basically, how do you add more of these lines? Yeah, there's not enough. Let me go hold on it. Control R. Control R adds these lines. If you forget, press the right mouse button and it'll go straight to the middle. But I'm actually gonna click it right here because I'll show you exactly what I'm gonna do. You can do. I'm gonna make a little box. This is not the best way, but just to teach you guys how to do it. Obviously, you guys are new, so I can't really teach you guys the best way. So let's select the face mode. Extrude. Once we extruded, you can see, if we go on the Z, you can go down. Can't really see it actually. Look at that, we have a little square. We go out of here, and you have a whole little hole.